So this project is a really quick, very fast skirt because I have a blue top that I think would look very nice for holidays. And so I'm just going to take this square of very nice cloth I have and some sequined ribbon and make a skirt out of it. I am also going to sew in a little bit of waistband material because I'm not really keen to trust how strong the sequined rubberized tape is. And I've already straightened it out and cut off some pieces which I might use for pockets. And so my first start is I'm going to hem around 3 sides, and I'll tell you why. The fourth side is going to be the bottom, and I'm going to have to trim it to the size I want. So I'm going to get it to the point where I can put it on before I do the bottom hem. And I'll decide at that point if I want a maxi skirt or not. So there's where we're starting with this one. Okay, just for the sake of some measurements, I'm just doing quick and dirty. Make sure that the cloth has some give. In other words, make sure that it's wider than you want your product to be. Otherwise, it's going to end up being too tight, and maybe 5-6 inches overlap would be fine. I wouldn't do a lot more than that because it will make it bunch up. So it's kind of a by guess and by golly sort of thing, but I did have enough cloth that it does wrap around me and has some left over. So I've got the top part hemmed, and I'm going to sew that. The other 2 ends, I'll sew them in a way that kind of hems them in and yet just ends up being the back seam. So I'm just going to be hand sewing this one seam to start with, and I'll be right back. So I've got the top portion sewn, hemmed, and now I'm just going to put some regular waistband elastic to my fancy waistband material, and I'll sew that on by hand as well, and then I can start the next phase. Okay, so I got the waistband sewn in, and I sewed both at the top and the bottom, and of course I stretched it so that we've got kind of gathers in the skirt. Now I'm working on a French seam, and what that means is that you take the 2 right sides and sew them together, and then you turn it wrong side out and you sew it together, which makes it a little neater. And if you're afraid of the fabric fraying, it can be neater because your seam first ends up inside the second seam. So I'm working on getting that done, then I'll worry about getting the bottom done up, and that's where we are so far. Okay, so I decided I wanted a pocket that you could put both hands into, and I actually took an old hoodie and measured off how to cut and get this done. So I've hemmed all the sides of the pocket, and now I've pinned it about in the center of the front, and I need to sew it up. So I've already got everything hemmed, and the next step is the big reveal. So here's my holiday skirt. I made a pocket in the front that I can put both hands into, and I've put the nice cheery red stripe on the top, and the back has a slit, and it was all just one piece of cloth that I put together to make a really quick holiday skirt. Thank you for watching our video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And give us the big thumbs up. Thank you.